LILI Archie, they're fake. We all have seen how they're living their life, Meghan and Harry, a fake life. Every single step of the way, every single thing they do, they come across as fake as possible. I mean, and they get caught. That's the good thing. With children, with show, with even access to time 100, everything is fake. Now I want to play this video from Dana. She is blasting. She is not mincing her word at all. What she's saying, I mean, yes, I was kind of like expecting it from her, but the way she said it was something shocking. Shocking because she brought up a lot of issues in regards to this duplicitous duo's lifestyle. So let me play the video. If you have heard this before from her YouTube channel, or from she's a radio host, by the way, you should still stay tuned in, because something interesting is going to happen. Let's take a listen first.
I'm not getting into like entertainment gossip or anything like that. I hate that stuff. But I do think that this is sort of symbolic of the grifter culture. That Ginger who came over here and is trying to be Prince of Montecito. What's his face? Harry Ginger. And then his wife, who was on that game show. She had like a D-list role on some Canadian sitcom. And I don't know, was she on like one season? I don't know. Nobody ever watched it. Nobody knew who she was until she started dating the Spare, right, from the UK. So that Meghan Markle lady, she is doing a cooking show on Netflix, and I only watched 5 seconds of it, and I thought she was going to cut her wrist by trying to zest a lemon. This girl has never been in the kitchen in her life. She has no idea how to do basic things. You can look when somebody's chopping up vegetables, or if they're doing basic things, you can tell if they've cooked or not. I mean, she was just like with the zester using this. I was dying. I was like, she's going to cut herself. Watching her put stuff in a hot pot and then having long hair hanging all over the food. It was just so gross. And so,
two things that I want to mention here. Number one is that, as I said, she's fake. The kids and everything, everything about her is highly, highly suspicious. Every single thing. And so when she was doing the cooking show, people right off the bat knew she was faking it. She believes fake it until you make it, only that she never makes it. And then the second point is this. She was so unhygienic. It was so cringe-worthy. It was a cringe fest. If you have watched the show, you know. But if you haven't, you should be thanked, because it was not worth it, wasting your time. So unhygienic that even if the food is good, even if whatever she's making there in the kitchen, or in regards to even the jam and jelly and jar, all of those things, forget about the FDA part of it. Forget about how healthy they are. They're not. But take those out of proportion. That, she might have added some chemical to it. They are not meeting the FDA standard. Okay, forget about those things. Even if you take just a look at how she prepared those things and how she cooks in the kitchen, she doesn't really care anything about hygiene. So the food you're eating, it might have her hair dropped on it. She picked it up and she was like, yeah, that's good to go. Would you eat that kind of food in a restaurant? If not, then why would you do that if she is serving you, Meghan Markle? So these are the two things. Let's listen a little bit more.
Audio Soundbite 21. Steve wants to torture me. She didn't make the Times list of cool people, but she did get invited there because her agency probably bought her access. I have to play this. This is one of the goofiest things ever. Palate cleanser. Go ahead, Steve. Kill us.
All things to be talking about for Time 100. Let's talk about flour sprinkles. Because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so...
I also noticed that. So thank God, not just myself, but a lot of people have noticed this word salad. Garbage, complete garbage. Where she was talking about flour petal, adding them in every kind of food she was making. Would you eat that kind of food? I don't know. But better than her hair. But this is so ridiculous, so garbage. and such bogus thing she's talking about, that she puts flower petals on every food, like everything she cooks she wants to add some joy, is something totally complete waste of time. And I mean, I don't know why people still follow her after what she said here. Just take a listen one more time.
Effortless, and just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving.
What in the
our
hell
everyday.
word salad is this?
Tiny little flower petals that are dried. I started putting them on salads. I started putting them on scrambled eggs. It didn't actually matter on a yogurt parfait.
I feel like she's selling me a
The
used
level
car.
of charm that you find people have when they see these tiny little dried petals is something I can't fully wrap my head around, but I appreciate that there is a love
This
for
is people who have this sort of elocution are so incredibly fake. So I'm elevating it by putting dried flower petals on all of my food. And just, it just it adds a little bit of magic. It elevates things. Okay, let's talk about, I'm going to be mean for a minute and bear with me. You got that?
Okay, so before she does that, when you do not have substance, you come up with nonsense, right? This is exactly what she is doing here, Meghan Markle, talking about nonsense. I mean, putting dry flower petal on food, because she doesn't know what else to say. She doesn't have knowledge anything about food, how to make them, how to cook them. No knowledge, zero. So she comes up with this nonsense. So again, no substance, but a lot of nonsense.
That image, right, Juan? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the linen outfit. Sidebar. I had to listen to J.B. Pritzker and read an article about J.B. Pritzker. You're going to give me this. So first up, let me go into total chick mode. All my ladies out there are going to appreciate this. I get it that there's this like beach casual aesthetic that permeates Californian culture. I think when you're showing up to an awards event, linen is a great material. I love linen. It's breathable. It doesn't really matter if it's wrinkled, but and it can be baggy, but not too baggy, right? These pants, I want to burn them. When you're short-waisted, you don't wear high-waisted pants, and you don't wear grandma's drapes as trousers. It's too long. It's too wide-legged. It emphasizes the wrinkles. It drags the ground to the point where your pants are dirty. Please, dear heavens, if you want to elevate something, elevate your influence so that you don't have to buy off the rack and designers will give you their stuff so you don't have to walk out looking like a Temu version of Kate Middleton. Please, dear heavens. Okay.
Temu version of Catherine, best comparison with Catherine, and the closest that Meghan can ever get to her. But that's beside the point. The point here is that the dress she was wearing again shows she's not someone who cares about cleanliness, somebody who only cares about how she can get some attention, negative, positive. She doesn't really care. I mean, she does get all the negative attention most of the time, but as long as you are paying her attention, and this is a sign of someone who is a narcissist, completely absorbed in themselves. This also is coming at a time when we have report confirming that she actually showed up and not invited really, but how she showed up and how she had access, well, it was, as she said, Dana said, through Netflix influence, through agency influence, but it was not like one-on-one communication between her and the organizer that, hey, Meghan, we want to invite you over, would you come? And then we also have news where she did not only use those agencies and Netflix and other influence, but also she forced Harry to come with her, and he did not want it. The reason she forced Harry is because this event was a big deal for her, because now she has launched this brand, cooking show, and all those things. This event was almost like a do or die situation. It had to be making headlines. Otherwise, she's smoked, and she's already smoked. But anyways, she believed that by bringing or forcing Harry into this, would get her the clout, will get her the publicity. Because if she showed up in New York without Harry, trust me, I mean, even though we have seen this, that nobody came No fan was there when they entered into the building. Nobody was excited. Nobody showed up. None of the fans. She doesn't have any, but she does have some. Sussex is quite crazy, lunatic people. But it was empty. There was no one around. Even with Harry, that happened. Can you imagine what would have happened if she showed up all by herself? I mean, she knew that would not even come to the news at all. The only way she could come on the news is by bringing Harry. So Harry, when he said, when we confirmed that she forced Harry, we mean that Harry didn't want to come. He was like, I'm okay, thanks, but no thanks. I just want to enjoy my time with, these surrogate invisible children at home. I want to stay. She forced him then, and then he was like, okay, I have to go. Like, are you sure I have to go? Can you not do it yourself? Because you don't help me. I'm pretty sure that's how normal people will think. Normal partner, your husband will think that you didn't help me when I was promoting my book, Spare. We have not seen Meghan at all with Harry's when he was promoting his Spare, whether it was during the Colbert Show or, what's his name? Anderson Cooper. None of those interviews Meghan bothered to come with Harry to support him, to tell, yes, this is what happened, and the book is something worth reading, and I encourage you guys to go and check it out. Something about Harry's book, because it was very important for Harry, because that's how he was making money at that time. Now, when she needs him, she's like, I'm not asking you to come, I'm demanding you, I'm forcing you to come. If you don't come with me, then I will punish you. Because she is a narcissist, and she knows how to torture people. She knows it very well. She knows things that you and I cannot even imagine, that those kind of torture technique can be employed on your husband. She knows it. We don't. And so this is what is really happening in the household, but unbelievable.
Okay, I'm done. I got it out of my system. You had no idea what was happening there, did you? Because you're a man, rightfully so.
Yep.
You just can't wear big baggy stuff like that. I mean, the jacket was baggy, the shirt was baggy. Everything can't be baggy. Pick one thing. I don't get it. But it's just grifterism.
She's not on the list? Why was she there?
Oh, because her agency probably bought her access. Probably Netflix. They're desperate in promoting that boondoggle that they call a cooking show, where she makes, like, somebody got like a chemical burns from her homemade salt scrub. I mean, it's the stupidest stuff ever. People are broke, and she's like, let's make candles. Shut up. Let's be able to afford eggs. Not everybody was lucky and had a daddy that worked in Hollywood that paid for your schooling and paid for you to have access to all of this. And then you consider marrying above your station to be female empowerment while also pretending to be Duchess in a country that does not recognize nor give a rat's ass for such titles. Spare me. Good heavens. She's the one who chartered a private plane to fly down in Texas when they had the school shooting and have a camera crew videotape her laying flowers, and then she went back up.
So that was pretty much the end of that particular video from Dana. Somebody asked me about my glass. I'm wearing it because of the sunlight, and I'm not trying to be cocky, as I said in my other video. So I appreciate you tolerate my red glass. Thank you so much for that. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.